Welcome back, guys. In this playlist, we are going to learn some lead code interview questions. So, most of the top companies like Amazon, Facebook, LinkedIn, right, Microsoft are asking the questions from that lead code. So, I have picked frequently asked interview questions. So, we'll discuss and understand those. So, we'll start from the easy one. Here, I have added two some questions. Okay. If you read the question, given an array of integer and target. So return indices of two numbers such that they add up the target, right? For example, I have given an example as well. So the input number of array equal to 2, 7, 11 and 15. Target they have given a 9. So what is that expected output? Expected output is a 0, comma 1. So now let us understand this one. Let me go over here. I say 2, the array, what is the array they have given? 2, 7 and 11 and they have given a 15. Okay, so the target is a 9. So now array values are going to store in the index wise. Right, so in this case, this is stored in the 0th index, this is the first index and the second and third index. So now if you see that now what is the target? Target is 9. If we add two number from this array, right? If we add a two number from this array, we should get this 9. Okay, look at the array value over here. If you added 2 plus 7, you will be getting a 9. Okay, 2 is in the 0th index, 7 is in the first index. So what is that our expected output? Expected output will be 0 and 1. This is what our expected output. If you see, expected output is 0, comma 1. You can return any order. Maybe it is a 0, comma 1 or you can return 1, comma 0 as well. If you see the second example, if you see that 3, 2, 4, they have given an array and the target is a 6. So here 2 plus 4 equal to 6. Okay. So now in the 2 is in the second index. That is a 0 and first index and 4 is the second index. So that's where it is returning a 1, comma 2. So it may return 1, comma 2 or 2, comma 1. So this is what we are going to understand. So let's take let's create a functions and we'll understand. I'll go to the Eclipse. So let me create a function for that. So first I'm going to create a function for toSum. We'll be creating a function with static method. Why? Because so no need to create an instance, right? So public static. So this method is going to return an integer of array. So I can add a return type as integer of array. Then you can add a function name. So function name toSum. Okay. So this method it is taking an argument as a integer of array and the target value. So I can say integer of, can give any variable name, comma integer target. So now let's start write the code. Okay, so the method takes an array of integer and target as well. Okay, as an input parameter. So we are going to use a map because we want to store the element and index of the element, right? Indexes of the element also. So that what we have to do, we need to go and initialize the map first. So I can say map. Here we are going to store the two values, right? One is a two also integer value. So we can define a data type. So I can say integer, comma, another integer. Then you can give any variable name equal to new hash map. So you can import the packages as well. Fine. So now this map will store the element of the number as a key and the corresponding index of the element as a value. Then we have to iterate one by one array values, right? So for that we can use a for loop. So I can say for loop integer I equal to 0, I less than number. So this array till length it has to iterate. So numbers dot length. Then we have to increment the I. So get the map value and store it in the index variable. So we have to get the map value and store it in the one variable. So we can say map dot get. Here we need to pass the key. So that it is going to return you the value. So we can get a key get. Yes. map dot get. So here we can pass. Inside that we need to pass the numbers of I. The first value we need to store. Okay. This I can store it in any of the variable. So we can store it in the integer. Can give any variable name index equal to map. So if the value is there, then it is going to get the value of number of I. The first value it is going to get. Okay. So check the map has value or not, right? Because first iteration the map we are not adding any value into the map, right? So that it will be null only. So if suppose if the map if it is the index is null, right? So we can add a one condition over here. If the index not equal to null, right? So if it is not equal to null, then we need to return new integer array, right? So here we can say in I comma index. Okay, if it is a not equal to null. If it is a if it is a null, we have to add a value. Suppose here the map there is a no value, then it is going to return you the null. Then if it is a null, then we need to add a value over here into the map. So for that, what we can do, map dot put. Map dot put. So here we can say, we need to add a value. Like, first value we are going to add. What is the target value, right? Target value minus the number of the first index value. So here we can say, I'll explain you one more time. First I'll write a function and I'll explain you that target number of I, the first value. Okay. Then we have an index. So for that you can say I. Okay. Finally, we need to return numbers. Okay. So we have created a function. So let me call this function into the main method. Then I'll explain you step by step how it is working. Okay. So now let's go to the call the function into the main method. So first we have to initialize the array, right? So in number equal to, we can say 2, 7, okay, 11, 15, whatever they have given in example, we'll add the same thing. If you want, we can change the number as well. Then you can say target equal to 9. Okay, so we have to call the function. So the function name we have given this one, right? Oops. So now we can call the function to sum. Here we need to pass the number, that is array, and we need to pass the target itself. So we can store this, whatever it is returning, right? This function, we can store it in any variable. So I can say integer of array result equal to, you can store in this. Now we want to print the value. Finally, we want to print the value. So we can print the value. So we can add result of 0 and result of 1. So those things we need to return. So I can say result of 1. So in between we can add comma. You want to add something, you can add over here as well. Indices, you can add this one. Okay, let's run this. We'll see how this is working. So let me run this. It's returning indices of 1, 0. So that's what it is coming. So now this is 0, this is 1. So now I'll change this value. Okay, I'll just change it. I can make it this one as a 5, and here I can make it as a 2. So now the index will be 1, 2 or 2, 1. So let's run this again. See 2, 1. Okay, so now let's understand again what happened the first iteration. First iteration, the number of I value. So this value will come over here. I'll copy this. Okay, just for an understanding. So the first iteration, it will take this value. Okay. Now it is checking in the map the first value, the 5 key is available or not in the map. It is not available, right? Because we are not adding any value into the map in the first iteration. So it will be null. Index is a null. So if it is index is not null, right? If it is a null means it is coming into the map and it is going to add it also. The first iteration, what happened? The target equal to target already we have given a 9. So 9 minus number of I, that is a 5. So it will go into the 2, right? So number of 7 minus, 9 minus 5, 9 minus 5, we have a 4. So 4, comma, what is that I value? I value is a 0. That is the index. So the first 0th index, we have a value of 4. Okay, it will go into store. So the next iteration, it will go and check that 7. Okay, so it's going to check the 7, it is available or not. The key is not available. Then again, it is going to come into the map.port and it is going to store the next iteration. What is the target value? 9. 9 minus 7 equal to 2. So 2 comma, what is that I value? I value is a 1. So it's going to store it in the 2 comma 1. So the next iteration will take a 7. It will take a 2. So the next iteration, it is checking the 2. So the 2 is available or not. So here 2 key is available in the map. So in this case, it is coming into the if block. Here it is going to return I. What is that I value? I value is a 2 and index value is a, 2. This is a 1 because it is asking, it's getting the, it's passing the key. So it's going to return a value. So the value is a 1. So it's going to return 2 comma 1. Comma 1 over here. So this is the way it's going to understand. So I hope this is clear. Thanks for watching guys. See you in the next video.